We start tonight with some serious damage left behind from a funnel cloud in the Lebanon area. Matt Safino is here to explain what happened. Matt, I grew up in the Midwest, and we were somewhat used to tornadoes and twisters, but a rarity here in Portland.
They are a rarity in Western Oregon, but they do happen, and this is the time of year when they seem to happen more frequently. In the fall, we begin to get cooler air aloft, as witnessed by the snow up at Timberline, and yet down low, it's still pretty warm. We get some sun breaks, and voila. Now, let's go through the radar minute by minute down around Albany. Here's Lebanon. The tornado, and we think it's a tornado, hasn't been confirmed yet, but a likely tornado, about 14 miles northeast of Lebanon in the community called Lebanon. And this is at 1 o'clock. You can see how this cell just grew up. That blue area means we're getting really intense rainfall, really intense returns on Doppler radar. We'll take it from 1 o'clock to 1:26, or 1:16 rather, and it begins to take on a little bit different appearance where the core of the storm is offset from the rest of the storm. That can happen sometimes when you get tornadic thunderstorms, and I think that's what happened here. And then the touchdown was reported at 1:26. The cell is beginning to weaken, but that may have been offset a little bit, the report from when it actually happened. So again, that's what radar looked like as that strong cell went through Lacombe, which is northeast of Lebanon, and we have a lot of damage there. We've got, I think, do we have pictures of the damage? We do. It's from Sky. I mean, look at that, Brian. This is, yeah, it went through Spencer's Dairy Farm, and there's buildings there, I believe about 34,000 square feet that were damaged. You can see the roofs, not just fabric ripped apart, but that's sheet metal and timbers and lumber that was ripped apart. It takes a lot of wind to do that. So and there's the National Weather Service has a survey crew on site that is surveying the damage to estimate and figure out how strong the winds were. And you can tell what that is by what kind of damage was done. It takes a certain amount of wind to rip off a sheet metal roof, to break a 2x4, that kind of a thing. So that's how these survey crews work. They also look at the pattern of the damage. If it was all strung out in one direction, that would be more indicative of straight line winds. If it's circular or kind of strewn about, which from the video I've seen from Sky 8 is what this appears to be. There were also some eyewitness reports of a funnel cloud in the area. So I'm pretty confident, not completely certain, but really quite confident that this was a funnel cloud that touched down and therefore became a tornado near Lebanon. There's the touchdown. No injuries. Heard that there was one cow that was injured, so that's good. No people and just one livestock. Most likely a cold air funnel cloud that touched down and became a tornado, and the damage path about 3/4 of a mile long. Of course, we've got Benner down there reporting on this, so we'll have more for you at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And by then, we should hear from the Weather Service and find out their assessment as to whether or not this was a tornado, which I think it was, and if so, how strong. Brian, back to you.
No, Matt, cows are people too, man. Cows are people too.
Well, you are from the Midwest. Nobody would know that better than you.